Beth Torah is
family.
Family.
When you come to shul, you feel at home.
Briefly, that it's, for me, my spiritual home.
Beth Torah is what makes the Avenue J Syrian community into a community.
Beth Torah is welcoming.
Beth Torah embodies what it is to be a real kahal.
I would describe Beth Torah as being my home.
It's royalty.
Is that kids can learn how to read from the Torah and the Tefillah.
Beth Torah is a nucleus. It's home away from home.
About 65 years ago, as our community started moving out of Bensonhurst, there was a need for a shul in the Avenue J and Ocean Parkway neighborhood. That shul is Beth Torah. And 65 years later, as our community continues to grow and build around the centerpiece of our neighborhood.
As a young married, I came to the synagogue. We were a small group of people, and we were very, very close. We slowly evolved. Here we are today, with a wonderful future, because we still have young children here.
Rabbi Liebman, alav shalom, is responsible for much of the warm, family-oriented type synagogue that it is, because he was concerned about every individual as family. He knew Torah backwards and forwards, and he brought that to life.
Rabbi Liebman was a pillar of a model and paradigm for myself in terms of what it means to be a Talmid Hacham and a role model and a community servant. Rabbi Sammy Kasta introduced me to Rabbi Azenkat. I have never seen a person, a rabbi, who has the ability and the talent of connecting on a personal level, being endearing to people, getting involved with families, with situations from A to Z in people's personal lives, and literally serving, really serving every family in this now nearly 600 family congregation.
Rabbi Tobias is minyan, a great speaker. He connects with everybody.
Rabbi Tobias is inspiring hundreds of men and women in our Kehillah every Shabbat with his morning class and his Seudah Shalishit message.
I remember as an ambitious young man telling my father, we have to start a Beit Midrash. That was our first organized and informal, really, study. From there we grew.
Ever since I was young, I was always looking up to the Hazanim that were here. And I remember saying that I one day would love to be in that position to do such a thing.
You go to Deal and you notice in every synagogue there's someone from Beth Torah that's a Shaliach Sibur.
Uncle Kabi was a huge role model for me growing up. Being able to see him every single week was a true treat.
The people that I've met in the last 60 years were the best people I ever knew in my life.
When Yaskel Sion first came here, most of us were floored. His voice was magic and it carried. And over the years we got to know him as a person too, and he's really genuine.
Watching Uncle Kabi, watching Yahaskel, having the opportunity to see so many people here really inspired me to want to do Hazanut.
It's a great atmosphere for kids to learn the Tefillah and how to read from the Torah.
I started coming as a kid, going to Rabbi Cohen's minyan, and he just taught us everything we knew about what it is to be in shul, to love the shul.
Rabbi Shimon Cohen, alav shalom, he knew how to make everybody feel like he was the only person in the world. I went to shul craving an opportunity to be embraced by Rabbi Cohen.
Rabbi Shalvi does give a speech, he's very nice. Kids that read from Tefillah and come early, they get a certain ticket to win a big thing, like a Oculus, PS5.
Beth Torah is a great place to be because it's such a great community. I have tons of friends here already.
The Father-Son Minyan was started because we wanted to bring the experience, real Hazanim and real people reading the Sefer Torah and real Safeh. We didn't skip any pieces of the Slah.
The kids love to come to the Minyan. He has different cards. They ask questions from the cards that he writes, the toys that they come for, and it's just something special.
Like my dad told me it's such a fun Minyan. Like I was a little kid, so I got there and I didn't I didn't realize it was such a good minyan.
Kids 6 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old, learn how to read Sefer Torah, how to pronounce and read properly. And I watch them grow. I've seen them graduate college, get married, and come back with their own kids.
I take part in Rabbi Nathan's high school minyan week in, week out. Rabbi Nathan encourages us all to read the Torah weekly. He lets us be Hazanim. He'll bring us up to the Teba. He'll teach us. He'll, in the middle of the Salah, he'll be able to help us work through the Makam and really teach us on the spot.
In the high school minyan, I read the Torah about every week. I chazan every now and then. It's a great atmosphere because you have the social aspect and also the Torah aspect.
Rabbi Nathan manages to get our crowd to grow, and it only keeps growing.
Rabbi Torah is a great inspiration to our community. It's always inspiring and it's always captivating.
Beth Torah is much more than just a synagogue. Fortunately, as a Kehillah, we've been growing by leaps and bounds. Recently, we finished the expansion of our club, which we hope to be the future meeting place for all our children.
They asked me to get up on the pulpit on Yom Kippur night and speak about the club and what's going to come. What we focused on was the youth, the neighborhood. Here we are maybe 4 years later. Amazing people developed that building. It came out incredible, and already it's starting to program exactly how we dreamed. There's kids programs there, there's minyanim there, there's farachs there. There's so much going on in that building already, and we're just getting started.
Beth Torah is the best shul in the community.
It's going to be my shul my whole life.
The same love and the same attention that I remember getting from all of the rabbis and from all of the congregates that were in the room, my children get every single week.
I hope I could be here for the rest of my life.
Beth Torah is central to who I am today because it gave so much to my upbringing.
There is no better feeling than having your son and your grandson and your great-grandson in the same shul together at one time. These guys are the future.
I'm excited to see what the future holds for Beth Torah, and I really believe our best years are yet to come.
Please support us. Come pray, come learn, and come celebrate with us. Beth Torah is your home.